Hey, everybody. Today we are talking about mapping out your wins. I know that sounds a little bit strange, mapping out your wins, but it's actually something really powerful that you can do in your business that helps you not only see where you're going and where you've come from, but also helps you build this up as social proof so that you can get more and more people on your one-on-one calendar and into your group programs. So stick around.
You're listening to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast.
Welcome to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast. And now your host, Meliss-Episode.
All right, so if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm all about being positive. I've got my positivity jar filled up to the top, and I feel like life is overflowing, even when there are hard times. And yes, there are a lot of hard times in my life. I just choose to focus on seeing the positive in every situation. I truly believe that all of your challenges can be viewed as opportunities, and it's a really important way to look at life and also at your business. And one of the reasons I'm so positive is because I work for it. I read positive self-help and personal development and business development books. I immerse myself in education around bettering myself in a spiritual way. I write in my gratitude journal, I do meditations. All of these things are really important. So I work at it and I take time every single day to reflect on all the good things that have happened. And that helps me look towards what is good to come. And having this mindset is so important in building an empire of your own. And I'm telling you this because it has a major impact on your business. The way you think has a major impact on your business. And if you've been running your business for a while, you know it's a lot of work. And if you're a little bit newer to business, you will soon learn this, that it is a lot of work and there are a lot of ups and there are a lot of downs, and there are probably more downs than ups. So this is not for the faint of heart. Running a business is for someone who has the grit, the discipline, the determination, and the consistency to move forward through thick and thin. It's a lot of work, but it can also be a lot of fun, especially if this is your passion. This is your life purpose, and what you are doing really feels good, like you are in total alignment. And it can be a lot of fun to work on your business, a lot of fun to see it grow and blossom, a lot of fun to create things that you've been thinking about and seeing them come to fruition, and having customers or clients purchase things from you, whether it's digital products or coaching or anything like that, because you thought of it. It was a thought, you put it into action, and here it is. It's so exciting. And one of the best ways to bring in more positivity into your world, into your business, into your life, is to map out your wins. So let's break it down so you know what it looks like. So first of all, what you can do is open up a Google Drive document or Word document, or sometimes I like to use a notepad.com, or even a scrap paper. I doodle. I have the stack of paper right by my computer and I'm always doodling and taking notes. So however you do it is fine. Just keep track of something by your desk. And I want you to think back to when you first started your business, whether it was 10 days ago or 10 years ago. And now I want you to think about all of your wins. Wins are things that you have accomplished. Small, big, doesn't matter. So start with the smallest win that you can think of. Maybe was it making your first dollar, signing your first client, taking your first course to learn how to do a special skill that you have? Was it quitting your day job, leaving corporate America to run your own empire? What was it? Start with the smallest and move on up to the biggest ones. And I want you to write down the first thing that comes to mind, and then the next, and then one after that, all the way up until today. So maybe set a timer and just sit down with you and your thoughts and just go through this from the first win you had until today. And then I want you to keep going. Tomorrow, I want you to add to the list. The next day, I want you to add to the list. And I want you to track your wins on a daily or weekly basis, no matter how small they are. We are going to celebrate every single step of the way. There's a quote that I saw once. I was actually visiting in Asheville, North Carolina, and I signed up with my kids to go foraging for flowers and plants to make a salad. And I was so excited about this. I thought it was amazing. What a cool thing to do. And I called up the lady and she booked a time for us to have a private walk through and teach us about all the different plants in her garden and everything. And we get to her place. I thought it was like a touristy event because it was listed in all the touristy things. It's actually her house. She did all of this and it was amazing. We were in her backyard. She was teaching us all this stuff. She brought us into her house. My kids and I were very young at the time. And we made a salad and we ate different plants and all this stuff. And I looked up and she had a sign on her wall that said, "Until further notice, celebrate everything." And I love that. It made me feel so good. We're always complaining about things. We're always thinking of the bad things. We're always being really critical with ourselves or judging other people. But if we just stop and celebrate everything, until further notice, celebrate everything, then we start to see the beauty in life, the excitement in life, the wonderful things that this life has. And there are so many and it's endless. So I want you to think about that when you're making this list, no matter how small it is, just map out those wins, write those wins down. So if you've been in the game for a while, I want you to take a moment and notice something here. I want you to look at your list, read through the whole thing, and just notice those small accomplishments that you've done along the way. They've added up. They've added up. Where you are today may be so much further than where you were when you started, but it's because of these small wins and also lots of failure, I'm sure, along the way that got you to where you are today. So it's something to be very grateful for. And if you're still in the beginning of your journey, this is your time to get really excited, to get really pumped and say, wow, these small wins are going to stack up to something major down the road very soon.
It's time to get laser focused this year and fill your group programs and one-on-one calendar once and for all. My 90-day business accelerator helps coaches and healers fill their group programs so they can scale their business, freeing up their time and making them more money than they made in the previous quarter. Visit go.melissmarketing.com/MWI, which stands for Marketing with Intention. See you there.
So now that you've made your list, you might be wondering, okay, that's great, Meliss, but why are we doing this? So those wins aren't just a list of accomplishments to look back on and then go, oh, I feel so good about myself and all warm and fuzzy, la-di-da. No, those wins are evidence. Those wins are your proof of your hard work, your determination, your grit, the decisions that you've made, the people that you've let go along the way, the people that you've brought into your world. These are the pieces of evidence of your success. And those wins shout out to the world, to the rest of the people, oh my gosh, look what I've accomplished. And that is a great feeling. So here's a little secret. It's totally cool to brag about your accomplishments from time to time. You worked really hard for them. You can brag about them in content that you put out there. You can brag about them on social media, in your emails, even on sales calls or discovery calls with potential clients. It is okay and encouraged for you to brag about your amazing accomplishments. So I want you to look at your list. I want you to notice how those small wins, like gaining followers on social media, those stack up to newer wins, to bigger wins, like getting a bunch of leads from Facebook. Those stack up to even bigger wins, like scoring a major client or selling out your newest course or program. So start thinking about what small wins you've had this week that you can snowball into bigger wins. This is where the mapping out your wins comes into. So let's say your small win this week was meeting another business owner at a networking event. And I know that with Corona, we're probably not going out networking, although I am part of a networking event. I am part of a networking group here locally. We meet twice a month, and I signed up for this about a year and a half ago, and I've loved it. It's been amazing. I've referred a lot of business out. I've gotten a lot of business myself, and then COVID hit, and we decided to go virtual. So now we are actually a virtual networking group with the intention of one day, probably not in the near future, meeting again face to face. So let's say your small win this week was meeting another business owner at a networking event, okay? Now, depending on your business goal, your map may look like this. You get a new contact, you then connect with them on LinkedIn, then you join their network, maybe you send some cold pitches out, or maybe you get a new contact, you invite them to join your Facebook group, they start referring business to you. Or maybe you get a new contact, you follow up with them in a week to meet in real life or maybe on Zoom, and they connect you to other businesses in the area or other people they know who might need your services, and you also can refer business to them. So while snowballing those wins is reason enough to start mapping out your wins and your successes, there's an even better reason out there. That list of wins is proof of your success. Now, every time I'm on a call with a potential lead, I keep this list handy. It's nearby or it's in my head, depending on where I am, where I'm doing these calls. But that way, when they ask for concrete examples of my skills, I have immediate, relevant evidence. And I do have a lot of social proof. I do have a lot of testimonials, video testimonials, screenshots, all of that. So while you're getting those, keep a folder on your computer, or actually I have one on Trello so I can grab it from anywhere, and use it as content. Use it to let people know. Tie it into your discovery calls. When I'm on a discovery call with a relationship coach, for example, I'm going to bring up my other relationship coach client who had massive success in my Marketing with Intention program. Or if I'm on a call with an energy healer, I'm going to refer to my past clients who are energy healers who are making 20K months after working with me. So this is proof of your success, and it might be hard for you to remember all of these successes, especially as you grow and you have a lot more and more and more and more success to share. So writing it down is a good way to jog your memory and have proof of your success readily available to deliver. A win is a win, no matter how small. So you should celebrate every single one of your wins as evidence of your hard work. All right, so I want you to start implementing this right away. I think it's going to help you very much. I know it's going to help you very much. If you do this already, I'd love to hear about it. If this is a new concept to you, I'd love to hear what you think. So get in touch with me. You know where to find me on Facebook or by responding to my email if you're a subscriber, or in my free group, Magnetic Marketing Mastermind. I'm so happy that you were here to hear this. I can't wait to see and hear about all of the wins that you have coming and to celebrate your success. And I hope this helps, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast at www.marketingtipswithmeliss.com.
Hey, coaches and healers, it's time to feel supported in your business. Head on over to our free community to get access to my best resources for free. I'm talking marketing tips, business strategy, feedback, and so much more. Join now at magneticmarketingmastermind.com. See you there.